Hello, my name's Claire. Yesterday we looked at a question that was brought to Jesus. Today we're going to look at another question brought to Jesus, and it's in Mark chapter 12 and verse 18. If 613 is the answer, what is the question? Well, it's the number of rules the scribes and teachers of the law had discerned from the Old Testament. They'd spent their lives studying, classifying and categorizing it, so when one of the scribes approached Jesus, it appears a tricky question. Which commandment is the most important of them all? Jesus answers this in verse 29. The most important is this: Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one. And you shall love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your mind and your strength. The second is this: you shall love your neighbour as yourself. There is no commandment greater than these. In these verses, Jesus is quoting Old Testament commands from Deuteronomy and Leviticus. He's addressing the dilemma, love or law, and he shows that love fulfills the law. It's summarized in these two commands: love God and love others. So why are we to love God above all else? Why does God command our love of him to be first and most important? God is love. He didn't create us because he needed love, but he created us to share in his love. Because he is love, love originates from him and he's the author of it. He made us for love, and he knows if we love him first and above all else, then we'll be most satisfied and find our deepest joy in doing that. So I asked myself the question, how can I love God more? So first, what is my capacity for loving God with all my heart and soul and strength? When we love other things more than God, they become our deepest treasure, not God. And then I can't love him more than I love that thing. It's helpful for us to examine our hearts. In Psalm 139, verse 23, it says this: Search me, O God, and know my heart. Try my thoughts and see if there be any grievous way in me, and lead me in the way everlasting. So how about your thought life? What do you think of more than anything else? Ask God to show you, is there any sin in the way? Or maybe we're loving the good things that he's given us more than we're actually loving him. Bring these things to him and confess your sin if you need to. So do I need to do more to love God more? Is it about obedience? The Gospels show us that love is about being transformed by him, treasuring him, being satisfied in him, and then out of that, being obedient to him. Love comes from knowing his love for us. For example, in Luke chapter 7, Jesus is dining at Simon the Pharisee's house, and a woman who has earned a living from prostitution comes to Jesus. Her tears are washing Jesus' feet, and she breaks an expensive jar of perfume. The Pharisees are outraged. They're outraged at Jesus for allowing this to happen. But Jesus responds by telling the story of two men who owed money, one much more than the other. Jesus asks the question, which one will love more? And he reveals to Simon that the woman loves much because she was forgiven much. When we meditate on God's love for us, for his character, his grace, his mercy, his forgiveness, then we grow in our love for him. We're on a journey of knowing and loving him more. So the second commandment, are we giving and showing love for others? Love for others can only truly flow out when we love the one who made us. John Piper puts it like this: our love for God is fulfilled when we love others. It's our response to God's love. I'm going to finish just by reading these verses from 1 Corinthians chapter 13 and verse 4. It's a very famous section in scripture about love. Love is patient and kind. Love does not envy or boast. It is not arrogant or rude. It does not insist on its own way. It is not irritable or resentful. It does not rejoice at wrongdoing, but rejoices with the truth. Love bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things.